Our next guest is Erin Kate Dolan. We talk about our high school rivalry between Cardinal O'Hare and Lower Merion, how her sports background plays directly into her media career, and why sports betting is gaining so much traction so quickly.
And you laughing from the jump. Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. We're here with Erin Kate Dolan. What's going on with you, Erin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I'm just going to start off from jump.
Okay.
Cardinal girl.
Cardinal O'Hara?
Yep.
Why would you start off with that?
Because
that's like the most embarrassing thing about my past.
No,
my
but
high school.
you don't understand for
yeah,
us.
You have a hatred or something,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we have so I'm a Lower Merion guy. We have a bit of a disdain, I guess.
Because of the basketball team?
Yes.
I didn't follow the basketball team. I ran track and cross country, so I don't know much about the basketball team.
Okay.
But I knew they weren't very good. Did they beat you?
In a preseason game, yeah.
So they didn't beat you in a championship or a final or anything like that?
No. But we still
just a
lost to
preseason
them.
game.
Yes, it's a true story. We lost in high school, and no, I'm not over it, like, at all.
Yeah, you understand this runs deep because like in them, for instance, we didn't play these teams in the season, but they beat us in the preseason.
Because what conference were you in? We were Catholic League, obviously.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I'm saying. We played in the preseason. It was pennies and all, the shortest of the shorts. The sneaks didn't come in yet. It was terrible. But Cardinal O'Hare, how much did that shape your sports identity?
I would say it definitely helped shape my sports identity. My dad, he coached me my whole life. So throughout grade school and then through high school, I obviously did have a different coach, but behind the scenes, like my dad always coached me. So I think that definitely shaped my identity. I think being in high school is rough.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're a girl, you have some issues. So I think I always turned to sports, which definitely shaped my identity because I always felt like if I read emotions, I would take it out on the track instead of, different ways. But I think high school is a really good time when you're like with a ton of people because with running, anybody can join. You're not limited to like 11 or 12 spots. So, I mean, there's 50 girls on a team, so we'd all go to meets. And I would say I loved track way more than cross country just because that's a 3-mile race.
Yes.
And that's a really long race.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But I mean, it was great. I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Okay. So you seem to have such a vast knowledge of sports. How did you just gather that throughout? Because you weren't watching Cardinal, thank God. Yeah. But like, did you just gather that throughout high school and just?
Yeah, I mean, definitely probably throughout college, and then now with where I work, they teach me a lot. Like, I by no means know everything about sports. I've had a lot of friends that have helped me, a lot of my guy friends. But I've always like enjoyed watching sports and going to sporting events, and I kind of grew up a little bit like a tomboy, which is surprising, especially for people that work on camera. A lot of them could be pageant girls or just, in different, grow up different ways, I should say. But yeah, I definitely grew up like wanting to play with the boys at recess.
Okay. No.
Getting in trouble because at Catholic school, the boys and girls aren't supposed to play together.
Yeah.
So
they're supposed to look at each other.
I was always causing a little conflict there.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You said on your site, sports saves lives. What does that mean?
So to me, I think the reason I'm so drawn to sports, and now that I work in it especially, you see that sports have such an impact on people's lives, and I think the most important thing is that it takes people out of their situation. I think you see that a lot with athletes that, a sport saved them instead of being on the streets, or, it gives you a different platform to talk about things. So I think sports save people from their current situations, because I feel like whenever I was down or had issues or anything, I always turned to sports as a positive outlet instead of going a different road. So I think that sports save lives overall.
Okay. So if you had to give advice to any young woman in high school going through a hard time, what would you give her? What advice would you hand out to her?
Well, I guess it depends on the situation, but I think
sport related.
So if you're saying if they were down, like because they didn't do well in a meet, or they're just down in general?
Just any type of down. Something that hits home for you.
I would say whatever you feel, take it out in a positive way. So instead of taking one road, take a different road that you're supposed to take, I guess. I think I took all of my anger and emotions out whenever I was down about something out on the track, and I think that's a positive channel, and it's a good team building experience opposed to going and partying or something like that.
Or isolating yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just had to get your perspective on it, because when I saw that quote, it was like, she gets it. You know, like you hear
Yeah.
people talk about, ball is life and things like that, but only people in it understand, how pivotal those type of comments are.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of pivoting, and I did not mean to do that in any way, your career now.
Yeah.
You work for PointsBet
Yeah.
as an on-air personality. What is PointsBet and why is sports betting blowing up so large?
The company itself just started, well, it didn't just start, it started about 2 or 3 years ago. It's over in the US now. It originally started in Australia. So it's kind of like a FanDuel
Yes.
company, but we have something that's unique called points betting. So it's a different way of betting opposed to fixed odds, which I will not get into because it will confuse everybody right now unless
No, you have to.
So like the more you bet, the more you win.
Okay.
So it's all based on points. So we just had somebody who won $600,000 on one bet. He placed $30,000 on the Ravens. So, but it's based on points. So it's
I'm in the
you have to
wrong
factor
business.
in the spread. There's a lot of math. It took me a long time for them to genuinely be like, this is how it goes.
All right, you have to explain this to me like I'm 5. Just break it down real quick.
I don't even know if I can the way. Okay, so you bet a certain amount of money
Yes.
on the game. So
let's say I got, this
Oh.
is a ballpark number, $5 in my pocket right now, and I wanted to bet it on something,
Okay.
and I bet it on the Eagles winning.
Okay, so the Eagles are supposed to beat the Falcons.
Yep.
So it depends. You have the money line, which is like a minus and plus. So the money line is who's going to win the game.
Yes.
Okay, you have the over/under. That's how many points scored, and then you have the spread. A lot of football is with the spread.
So how far
So
apart?
say if it's -7 for the Eagles, that means they're going to win by a touchdown or more.
and a field goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to
okay.
win, by a touchdown and a field goal.
Okay.
So it's I mean, to get really into it, it's a lot.
I was about
but
to say this is
when you
this
do
is
points
rocket
betting, you
science.
have to have enough money in your account to even place the bet. So the person who did bet the 30,000, they had 600,000 in their account. So
Okay.
they had a lot of money to begin with.
Yeah, perfect.
So the more you win, the more you lose, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
It's
And
a
I guess
little
I won't be betting that much money. But we're going to take a quick commercial break and talk about more points betting, but also quick little betting game for you.
Okay.
Be right back on Stay Tuned with D.Rey. This is Erin Kate Dolan.
Am I
What
surviving?
At Allure Sleep, our goal is to simplify the bed buying process by conveniently shipping a luxury memory foam mattress in a box to your front door for free. Experience luxury with free shipping, a 100-night comfort trial, and free delivery.
Here at Allure Sleep, we've recently introduced the new Allure Sleep pillow. With this pillow, it appeals to all sleeping positions. So if you sleep on your side, you might like a thicker pillow. If you sleep on your stomach or your back, you may like a smaller, flatter pillow. And we know everybody sleeps different, so we took the time to develop the pillow that fits all sleeping positions, stomach, side, or back. You should try it out.
Welcome to luxury and stay tuned with D.Rey.
Welcome back to Stay Tuned with D.Rey. We're here with Erin Kate Dolan. All right, so before the break, we made it nowhere. So I need you to tell me why is, sports betting picking up so much momentum as of late?
Yeah, it's because it's getting legalized in certain states, so more
Okay.
people are able to bet legally. I mean, I think people have been betting forever. I didn't realize how many people bet until I got into it.
Yes.
It's a lot more fun to watch a game when you have money on it. Obviously, it's not fun when you lose.
Yeah.
But I mean, since it's getting so much popularity and a lot of these companies are doing it digitally, like we do digital content at PointsBet. So I think it's just like a fun, new, innovative way to get information across, and people love to bet. So
Yeah, that is true.
combining
That
the
is true.
two.
All right, speaking of betting, like I said, we had a quick betting game for you. So we're not going to get into the spreads or the points
And the money line.
or the money
points.
line. This
Okay,
is just going to
totals.
be, if people were voting for it out there, what do you think they would choose? So
Okay.
we're just going to fire off a couple.
Okay.
You tell me what you think. Gritty or the Fanatic?
Oh, Gritty. Easily. He won an award. Didn't he win he won some big award.
Yeah, the Nightmare Award, the Freddy Krueger Award. The Elm Street Award. It's ridiculous. All right, so I stole this from my guys over at my new Philly. But the Sixers cream jersey or the Eagles black jersey? If you had to take a bet, which one do
Cream
you think would
jersey.
win? The cream jersey. Okay. Mike Scott or a coffin?
Huh?
Mike Scott or a coffin?
What does that even mean?
Particularly a coffin at an Eagles game.
I mean,
Did
do you
you
mean?
not see what happened with Mike Scott
no.
this weekend?
What happened with Mike Scott? I know he goes to parties.
Yes,
He
yes.
shows, if you DM him, he'll like show up to your party.
Yes, he showed
What
up to a
happened?
party with a coffin at a tailgate at an Eagles game and got busy. We'll move on. Did
I not DM that to me? I'll get back to you on that one.
Perfect. O'Hara or Lower Marion? Lower Marion. All right. Bigger Philly legend. And this, we're really taking these polls out there, so we're like, you're really betting on these. Brian Dawkins or Allen Iverson? Who's the bigger
Allen
Philly
Iverson, hands down, easily.
Thank you,
That's also
thank you.
PointsBet.
Okay.
Face.
Yes,
Besides
yes,
me.
Thank you for plugging it. Wells Fargo or the Spectra?
Wells Fargo.
Okay.
Did you see that new screen?
I did.
It's cool.
I did. It's ridiculous. It looks like something out of what's the name. All right, so we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna check all those numbers to see if you bet on them right. But we got to talk about something because you said Gritty with such enthusiasm. You're a fan of this thing.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I mean, he went viral.
Yeah, I
He
love how you, I love how
also
you said
he
it.
got down on one knee for me too at an event.
I love how you said it the first 3 times before
Because
you said.
I don't know if it's a
dude.
man, it's a girl,
No,
what it is.
But so what do you think?
What
the-
is Gritty though?
I don't know. I
I think it's just
know.
like a made up fantasy, I guess. I don't know. There's probably backstory.
I rather the
But
word.
then the fanatic is like so traditional. I heard he smells really bad though.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
You
I
know
heard
we're
you
gonna-
don't want to smell the fanatic.
That's terrible. We're gonna send this clip to him. But what do you think the
shower.
conversation with Gritty was going into? Like do you think? I just picture like a guy, you know, his job is on the line, or you know, they're really in a crunch for a mascot, and he wakes up at 2 a.m. in a cold sweat, and he calls his boss. He's like, I got it.
I don't know. I think it's hard to become a mascot. You have to be so enthusiastic.
No, not the person in it. The actual costume.
Oh, I don't know. It probably came from somewhere. Probably some dream. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like mascots are so goofy.
You will not bash Gritty. I love it.
I mean, I don't really have anything to bash him about.
Okay. All right. Like, you don't understand. I think it scares the
What
hell
about
out of me.
Sixers Franklin? Does he like your stuff? Sixers Franklin.
I think he's
Mascot?
he's somewhat of a fan. He's okay, but it's just it's that Gritty. It's like it's hilarious, and I
think it's
don't-
also because it gave hype to the Flyers, and I don't think at the time they were doing that well.
Yeah.
So it just like brought awareness even more to
Yeah,
the Flyers.
very
So it was
scary.
a great PR stunt.
It
Maybe you
is,
should get a
it is.
mascot for your show.
It is. So if we had to get a mascot, what do you think we should get?
Oh, this is bad. I don't know.
You said this.
I don't
You
know.
said we're into
Well,
this.
the Union has a weird one too. They have like a lizard. Did
It's
you
a
see that
snake.
one? Is that what it is? A
It's
snake?
a
I should know that.
But
was
that's their
the-
thing. They're a snake. That's terrible. That sounds
Yeah,
awful
I was
when
gonna say
it
you
like-
really just
so when you say it
demeaned
like
the
that,
Union, the
that
Philadelphia
sounds
Sports.
terrible.
I don't know. What's your favorite animal? What do you think you embody?
A liger, a unicorn.
Unicorn. What's your sign?
I'm a Libra. What's yours?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh,
People
God.
don't like when. That's the exact reaction.
No.
Everybody gets when they say they're a Gemini.
No. I get along with y'all great. Gemini's. I'm so serious. You're an air sign. You're an air sign. Do we have any Aquarius in here so we can complete the? Okay. Never mind. So me and you were here with the air signs. No.
When's your birthday then again?
October 13th. It wasn't a Friday.
Oh.
It wasn't a Friday. You're great at this. I've completely forgot the rest of my questions. So we're gonna finish up with this. What do you want your career to be? Because you've done some on-camera stuff, you know, in the sports world. You're in the sports betting world now. What is the ultimate goal for Erin Kate Dolan?
Yeah, I think it's hard to determine a goal in broadcasting, especially just because every 2 years it's changing. Like what I just learned for 4 years in college is already outdated, and now I'm in digital, which is I'm sure going to be outdated when some new platform comes up, aside from like YouTube and Twitter and Snapchat and everything. I think career-wise, I just want to be on a show where I can be myself and I'm not seen as like a robot or someone just reading a script or a teleprompter, and I can have my own segment or my own voice. And I think that's almost something that Adriana talked about as well. Like having your own voice is so powerful.
Yes.
Because everyone has a different experience and brings something different to the table.
Okay. Last question. What do you want people to stay tuned with?
Stay tuned with what do you mean?
What do you want people to stay tuned with? Like, for example, I would want people to stay tuned with this show. Which camera are we on? I would want people to stay tuned with this show. I want people to subscribe to the show. I want you to follow.
Yeah, subscribe and
Stay Tuned
follow.
Network.
Stay tuned. I want people. Are you telling me to stay tuned to myself?
Yeah, what do you want people to stay tuned with?
Oh, stay tuned with PointsBet. Stay tuned with D.Rey.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned with me, Erin Kate Dolan. You can call me Erin or Erin Kate. We still don't know which one we're gonna go by, but
It's fine. All right, perfect.
yeah, just stay tuned to Philly sports.
Thank you. No. I wanted you to say.
Stay tuned to Allen Iverson, to the Gritty.
Plug it. No, don't stay tuned with Gritty. That's where we're going to stop you. Thank you. Thank you for being
having
on
me.
the show so much. This has been Erin Kate Dolan on Stay Tuned with D.Rey, and stay tuned with her, man.